Hey guys, Rob Terranova with Fixters, and I'm sitting in my home office and I want to do a quick demonstration video on how our evaluation software works. Now, our evaluation software is to be done in two different segments. The first is you may find a property from a real estate agent or you find a property on your own and you're wondering, is this a good deal for a fix and flip opportunity? Well, the first one's down and dirty. You can do an evaluation in about 3 minutes. And the reason you can is because we have 35,000 zip codes of material and labor pricing built into it to give you a fairly accurate price on what it could cost to remodel. The second piece of the evaluation is the most important. It's refining your first evaluation. So this is where you go put eyes on the property and see what really needs to be done. The first evaluation was just down and dirty to see if it's worth visiting. This piece now is to refine the pricing and make sure this is a property worth putting an offer in on. So let's go take a look at it. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me here. So before I do a property evaluation, I want to take you through your dashboard. So the cool part about this is after you sign up and you log into your account, all the properties that you evaluate, put through a scope of work, or do a project tracking, or finish a property where you fix and flip it is going to be housed here. You can have multiple pages, save all the properties, all the documents with it, all the pictures with it. You can also join the Fixters community to share your project and get advice from other flippers. Another cool thing we have is you can apply for our Fixters Capital funding here. You can also provide us feedback. How do we improve our experience for you? And another cool thing is you can get pro coaching where we have people to help you with your business questions, your house flipping questions, and your financing questions right in this area here. But without further ado, let's get to a property evaluation. So the first thing you do is you click this Add Property button. All you're going to do is start typing the address in here, and I'll get an address in here. And what I'm looking for, this will pre-populate, I'm looking for the property in Orlando. So I selected this property. The next thing I'm going to do is just click Next. It's very intuitive. So here, this information is your property detail page. This is the basic property details. Make sure that the bedrooms and bathrooms are accurate. If they're not, you can select and change that information here. Make sure your square footage is correct. Make sure the address is correct. We can put a custom name. Let's say you do a lot of properties. Let's put my first property on this one. Let's add that to the evaluation piece. Now again, this is the first go through of doing an evaluation. So once this comes up, what we do is we provide a Zestimate. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Zestimates because I don't think they're very accurate. We believe this is a good place to start unless you're working with a qualified real estate agent. But if you have a question on how we get any of our numbers, these little eyes are all over the page, all over the software, and it'll tell you how we got these numbers. So this valuation range, say, is between $146,000 and $161,000. But I know from a real estate agent, I might be able to purchase it at $79,000. The next thing I want to do is determine, am I going to pay cash for this property or am I going to get a loan? By just toggling between the two, you can see it gives me my total loan breakdown, down payment on my purchase price, my loan amount, origination fees. Let's say I have another processing fee, my loan amount here with my interest rates. It breaks it all down and says how much cash I'm going to need. Now, I can also change my holding time. I think based on the size of the property, it's going to take me about 2 months from beginning to end to finish this property. As you can see, it's changed my expenses in the process. Remember, time is money. So let's move on to the after repair value. So what we look for is, again, look at these little eyes to determine how did we get these numbers? How did we determine what the after repair value is? Remember, that's how much the house is going to be worth after I fix it up. I'm going to use this recently sold property and just use $179,000. Now, I could sell it for more, I could sell it for less, but let's just use that to find out, is this a good property to go take a look at? So what we do now is we take that after repair value, that $179,000, and we calculate what our exit costs are going to be. Exit costs are realtor fees, title fees, things like that. Now it could be 5%, it could be 6%, it could be any amount of number in this area, but that creates that exit cost. We want to keep track of all our costs so we know what our true profit's going to be. We also look at insurance, utilities, and HOA. So homeowners association, I know there is no homeowners association there. So I reduce that, and we know that we're only holding it for 2 months. So that's how we get this $400 cost for holding costs, and here's our realtor fees and title fees. The next thing we're going to do is determine a overall finish level. That could be either a light remodel or a full remodel. Looking at pictures, I probably have a full remodel. This will tell you all the things that go with that remodel. But let's choose that and put a check mark there. And then what it does is our software knows that it has 3 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 2 bathrooms. We know it has a dining room. We know it has a family room, a kitchen, and an entry. Other than that, we don't know if it has a mudroom. So if there's an additional room we need to add or an area we need to add, we can certainly do that. But going through it this first time, we don't really care right now unless we get information. So let's say my agent told me there was a small mudroom. So I can click Add Area, put mudroom. We can select the room type. There's different types of rooms in here. So let's even choose the mudroom. Let's say the size is a small mudroom. We don't know what kind of floor it is, but we know we're going to change the floor and probably put laminate flooring in it. Let's do a full remodel on that. And we got to come up with a cost to this. So this is where we have to say, I think the room's going to cost me $500. We have no idea what it's going to cost, but that's what we're going to add. If you have a note to put in here, you can do that. So you see the mudroom falls under here. Now, if we were going for the second time checking out this place, this house, and we wanted to adjust the rooms, we can start adjusting after this first go around, but I'm going to show you how you do it. You would change this to, let's say, master bedroom. And we're going to say this bedroom is 13 feet or so by 15 feet. That starts changing this remodel cost. You can change the flooring in there. The reason why flooring is so important because flooring tends to be expensive. We can see what we've included in that room based on our experience of hundreds of homes. We know generally what has to go into remodeling each of these rooms. So we know we're going to have to do new carpet, probably some drywall repair, new door hardware always, and probably a new light fixture. If you think there could be other things added to it, you can add them here. You don't have to. So we're going to go ahead and update that area, and you see here we've changed it completely. So from there, we can go to, oh, nuts. Let's try to block that out. So as you can see, we've changed the room. From there, we can go to and do this to all the rooms. Let's say this is the second time we're seeing this property. First time through, I would leave the prices as is. So let's say now we're going to think of additional tasks. We've added additional tasks that need to be done in this house. Let's say we know that there's no air conditioning, or we know there's an air conditioning. We're just going to leave these mechanicals at that price. We know that we always paint inside, and we always usually do exterior painting. So we're going to leave that as well. These are non-room specific tasks or non-joining tasks. So we want these to be separate. You can add a custom task here if you like. But what we also do is, here's our total remodel cost. What we also do is add a contingency fee. This is a really important thing to understand, that you're never going to be 100% accurate on these. So let's build in a contingency fee. This is saying that our total remodel cost is $35,867. Now remember, these prices are zip code specific in 35,000 zip codes across the United States. A lot of them could be near the same. However, is zip code specific, meaning labor and material pricing includes this price, so they're not separate. It's the total remodel cost for labor and materials. The next thing we do is you're going to have to pay for those remodels some way. So what we can say is we're either going to pay for cash or we're going to get a loan. The same thing we did before. We know it's going to take us 2 months to complete. And the same thing happens before. We know there's a $500 processing fee. It keeps track of your down payment. It keeps track of your interest rate. Let's say our interest rate here is 11%. It changes our interest expense. These are all changeable fields, so you can get an accurate value of what this property is going to cost to remodel. This then shows you what the actual property process or the profit is going to be, 34%. Takes your net sales proceeds, minuses out that exit cost, your realtor fees, your title fees, and gives you a net sales proceeds minus your total cost, your remodel fees, your purchase price, holding costs, cost of funds, and gives you this number here. It also breaks it down on this side here. Now, you could go back and if this property seems like a good profit for you, you can then stop here, go visit the property, and make this more accurate. We've done this to where we say, hey, let's fine tune this evaluation, and we can go back in and start reevaluating this. Let's say I want it for now $75,000 because I determined a few things wrong with the property. I can go through. Let's say I want to my ARV, I'm going to leave about the same because it seems like that's right for the area. Exit costs are the same. I'm still doing that full remodel. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going through and titling these rooms. I'm going to say this is the first kid's room or left bedroom and start building these rooms out. I'm going to make this the master bathroom, if there is such a thing as a master bathroom. I'll look at the mechanicals. Let's say I go in here and I want to see what's included in my mechanicals. What's in there? What's $7,200? So I click here and I notice what's going on in here. So let's say they have a brand new hot water heater. I know their furnace was just inspected, and they have an air conditioning that seems to be working. So that zeroes out our cost, but I want to get it cleaned and serviced. I can update that task. And then what happens is that now updates here for my mechanicals. It changes all my costs here, and I can keep building it out. I can keep going through, and now my profit improves some. So this is something then I can decide, do I want to make an offer on this house? Of course, consult your real estate agent, maybe consult a contractor to make sure things are right. But this is a simple, easy tool. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.